Mississippi Outdoors is sponsored in part by Van's Deer Processing and Sporting Goods.
Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent. We'll take it to the Delta, to the gray and white shores. There's so much to see and do, Mississippi Outdoors, the great outdoors. Mississippi Outdoors, the great outdoors.
Welcome to Mississippi Outdoors. I'm Amanda Mills.
And I'm Kevin Meacham. Thanks for joining us.
In our first story, we're headed to Webster County.
The Outdoors crew is going turkey hunting.
Let's go.
I started turkey hunting when I was 16 years old on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Looking back on it, it's kind of funny because back then I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I dang sure had a whole lot of fun. Self-filming my turkey hunt was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had in video. Between having to talk to the camera, frame up everything correctly, carry in all the gear. Let me tell you, it was tough. I've tried to do it in the past and haven't been successful, but everything lined up, I was blessed, and I got a turkey on video. Well, let's go hunting. Park in the shade so it keeps my truck cool, being in the middle of the day. Let's see if we can't find a turkey. Well, I haven't had any luck hearing any turkeys in the morning. So what I've done is come to this little 150-acre block of woods, and I'm gonna work my way all the way to the back of the property and hunt back to the truck. It's 12 o'clock. I'm expecting this hunt to maybe take me an hour. If I strike a bird, we'll hunt him. We finally made it back to the back of this property, and there's a clear cut right here and a hardwood bottom. Wind's starting to pick up with the front moving in. I'm gonna see if I can't get a response. We may or may not sit for a minute, if not, but we're gonna see what happens. That wind blowing in, it's gonna be hard for him to hear it. I might cut on this glass real quick and see. I think we're out here beating the bushes for nothing because I can barely hear it myself. We didn't strike a bird. We've sat here for a few minutes. I have a good feeling about tomorrow afternoon. That bird's been using that clover patch every 2 or 3 days. So with the weather rolling in, I have a feeling he's going to want to dry off and get him something to eat. I was running late like usual. I got to the gate at 4:30 in the afternoon. I got out of my truck, got all my gear packed on my back, felt like an old pack mule. I hit this old logging road running as fast as I could. I ran out of breath, but luckily I was just in sight of the grain field, so I decided to glass it, make sure no turkeys were in the field already. Once I did that, I made it to the ground blind, put out my decoys, and got set up for the afternoon. Heck, man, I can't hear nothing. That is the first turkey I've ever killed out of a ground blind. I was sitting here on the phone and I heard footsteps. Man, he come in here and beat up the decoy and everything. Caleb, it looks like you got the day off tomorrow, buddy, because that's number 3 for me in Mississippi, and that's Webster County on Mississippi Outdoors, baby. If I can get all this out. Just too much sign in here for me, and it was too pretty of a day. Maybe he ain't spurs. He may be a 3-year-old. I know one thing. He dang sure has a rope on him. That's every bit of, I'm gonna guess and say 10 inches. Man. What a beautiful bird. You couldn't ask for a better afternoon hunt in Mississippi. Now time to go home or go show him off. Another person's gonna be upset around here. I've been on a lot of turkey hunts over the years with a lot of special people in a lot of pretty places. But to be able to take a turkey right here behind my house on a place that I have done so much work, I got it on video and I couldn't ask for a better hunt.
In our next story, we're headed to the Ross Barnett Reservoir.
It's a special season for alligator on Pelahatchie Bay.
Then we're headed to Jefferson Davis County for a youth turkey hunt.
We're gonna get them tonight.
We initiated the Pelahatchie Bay alligator season to cut down on breeding populations in the immediate vicinity. It's a 2-weekend event where you have 6 groups that are drawn, and those are partnership groups. There's a total of 12 permittees per weekend. So the potential number of alligators harvested for that particular weekend could be 24. We would like to see a total of 48 alligators harvested, but weather conditions, inexperienced hunters, that may all play a role into it. We were getting concerns from the public that there might be too many alligators in the Pelahatchie Bay. So we just wanted to kind of reduce population in the area and continue to monitor it with surveys. The hunters had a great time. That particular area had not been hunted in the past. So the alligator population was there to sustain some harvesting, and they had a really good time. They saw a lot of alligators. The biggest one that I know of thus far was 12 foot 2 inches. It was a male, but it was very healthy, to say the least.
Who's cleaning the alligator?
A guy named Jim.
That's fine. As long as you got somebody.
Yeah, I already got somebody lined up.
I'll catch anything you want to catch.
All right.
What I didn't want to do is catch you 4 big alligators and you have nothing to do with them by the time we got done.
Oh, no, I got a guy. All I got to do is call him when we're done.
Man, we
He's
set.
a processor. He's the one that does my deer meat.
We set. We are set.
So we started out over here at Pelahatchie Shore Park, and we rode out and went out to some channels out there. Got hooked up on our first one probably about 20 minutes after we got started out there. Pulled it in, got our first one in the boat. 10, 15 minutes after that, we went ahead and got us another one hooked up. And then the rain got a little too bad, so we had to pull back over here. We're lucky enough to get on another one pretty quick soon after we got out. Right as we were about to go ahead and hook onto another 8-footer, we got lucky and got 11 foot over there in Plummer Slough. That big gator was something. He put up a fight for a while there, and then he got hung up under some logs, and we had to get us another hook on him. Ended up having 2 of us sitting there fighting to get him up before finally our guide was able to get a thing around his neck, and we were able to pull him up and get a shot off on him. It took all of us to get him in the boat.
Did it take 4 hours? I was like, I thought it was going to take way longer than that. He said, well, this side ain't never been hunted, so they're just everywhere.
I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you that no one else is going to tag out in 4 hours.
Right.
I think they're hooked up.
Up.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a good gator.
It's the 3rd time we hooked him.
Really?
Yeah. We hooked him once, and he went out, or he got off. We went and looked at him. There was another one over there. We went over there, came back over here, casted on him, hooked him, and he turned and went straight that way and threw the hook. And then I cast on him and I hooked him right in the jaw. And we've been fighting from the jaw, the tail, to the leg, to everything.
Y'all doing good so far? Number 2.
Sign the sheet over here.
No, just your alligator license.
They fought for like 3 hours.
That's what he said. He said they've been fighting for a minute.
I figured the Gators
Missed him 3 times.
Yeah.
He's
I heard
close to
him
that one, probably same as that one.
No, if I take my rods and put them in the boat.
So
If you don't have any alligator equipment in the boat, then you're good to go.
So will y'all run over and get us a couple hamburgers?
Yeah, just non-alcoholic only.
All right.
Thank y'all for your
Good luck.
service.
Appreciate y'all.
Enjoy Cock of the Walk.
We'll try.
Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah, I did pretty good on that one.
His head's 2 foot long.
From his eyes to his nostrils, it measures 13 inches. But I don't think he's that long.
I think he's right under 12.
Still a good one.
I got some tags.
They're in that green box right
He's
there.
15.
Click on
My tag.
Which I got mine.
Bottom.
Nope. Right there.
I just bought it yesterday.
Okay, perfect.
There's mine right there.
All right. There's alligator coordinators out there. He knows way more about that than I do. But I know once they reach 6 foot, I don't know how old they are necessarily, but I guess they're at the age at that point where they can reproduce. And I think they were saying before this season opened up, they were producing somewhere around ballpark of about 500 gators in Pelahatchie Bay a year.
Tell me about what happened last night.
So we got out, saw a bunch of gators, a bunch of small ones, a couple of big ones.
What's your game plan for the night?
Start now, go look, see if we can pick one out.
Yeah, it would be like having Christmas in May. Those alligators have not been educated per se by alligator hunters. So those alligators were not used to having people shining lights at them or throwing rods and reels at them. So they were uneducated alligators. So it was like Christmas in May to the alligator hunter. It's an honor for me to step into that role as the alligator program coordinator, and I hope that I can be an asset and of good service to the alligator resource we have here in the state, as well as Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. It was just an opportunity that was extended to me that I could not pass up, and to be able to serve in this capacity is an honor.
Did you know that purchasing a hunting and fishing license is a direct investment in managing our woods and waters? The Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks uses money from license sales to enhance hunting and fishing, like providing public hunting opportunities on wildlife management areas, advising private landowners on deer and habitat management, providing public fishing opportunities on state lakes, and operating fish hatcheries for stocking public lakes and streams. So make an investment in our great outdoors. Buy your Mississippi hunting and fishing license today.
It's March the 13th. It's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Hayes and I are fixing to go in here and hunt this piece of land we've got in Jefferson Davis County. We pulled up and the landowner's got his cows in here in the field. So I know what that means when you got the old trusty decoy. Them old cows a lot of times want to come and be curious animals. So he's got about 80 acres of mature timber, mixed pines you can see here behind us. And so we're gonna get set up in there and gonna throw the decoy out, and you know, we'll see what happens. We'll try to see if we can't hear something. If it's wind, I know it's gonna be tough. We're gonna use the box call a lot and just see what happens. But I don't want them cows coming in on us and messing our evening hunt up, so we're gonna get inside the wood line some. So stick with us, let's see what happens. You ready, Hayes?
Yes,
You
sir.
forgot your face mask.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's all right, we'll just have to get down tight and blind and brush in real good. So stick with us, see what happens. You have to shoot when I say shoot, okay?
Yes, sir.
There you go, Hayes.
I'll take the gun off safety.
Yeah. Keep your face down. Keep your face down. Now shoot. You just listen to me. Okay. You walk along this way, Hayes. Get your gun going this way. Shoot that way.
Yes, sir.
Wait till I say.
Shoot the one in the back.
Wait till I say. Get out of those fence.
Can I shoot him?
No. Don't move. I don't do your ideas.
Why not? Can I shoot him?
Wait. Try it on him.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to wait.
Can I shoot him?
Wait.
It's not shooting. It's jammed. What is going on? Okay, let me try.
Wait, good, come back.
Can I shoot? Can I shoot?
You on the head?
Yes, sir.
Go get him. What you got there?
A
What you
gobbler.
got?
A gobbler.
How big?
Decent.
Decent bird?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What it's about, buddy?
Sir.
Good shot.
Thank you.
That worked out good. Them old cows stayed out in that old field, and we set up in the woods here. And sure enough, them old gobblers got fired up, didn't they? They came right on in. If you notice in there, they came in and they moved to our left a little bit, and the birds kept drifting towards us, and told Hayes to get on them, and he did. And you probably heard the commotion. The gun jammed, and he racked another one in, and he tried it again, and it wouldn't fire. We got it going. I was able to get the birds to stop. They got back into the field where the cows were, and you know, Hayes put it on him. I said, just pull the trigger, son. And he killed that old bird, and we got out there and got the bird. But what a way to start the season out, youth season, and Hayes is able to get his second bird ever. So proud of you, son, and we'll see how the rest of the season goes.
Yep.
Good job, boy. You forgot your face mask and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for sharing your time with us as we continue to take part in this great sport of hunting and fishing right here in Mississippi.
Join us again next time for more exciting adventures. Until then, I'm Amanda Mills.
And I'm Kevin Meacham.
See ya outdoors.
Riding through the bayou, headed for the sky blue, back out on the trail again and again. Hiking and hunting and fishing the land, time is time well spent.